The Dean Trailways fifth quarter.
Thanks for tuning in to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. It was week 7 of the high school football season, and it was less than ideal. Yeah. Shooting in the rain, never fun. But you know what? We still got some great highlights. Oh, yeah. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Haley Shungar. We're at the point in the season where teams are either locking up conference titles or making their case for one even better. And it was the case tonight in our big game between Parma Western and Hastings in the Interstate 8. Due to the mud at Parma Western's field, this one was held at the University of Olivet, and boy did both teams bring some heat to a chilly night. Hastings would have a 12-0 lead with just under 6 minutes to play, but don't count the Panthers out so fast. From 17 yards out, Reed Myers finds Caleb Rudd-Jones, who does the rest. The senior hits the outside and puts the Panthers on the board, but the Saxons would say, "I see you and I raise you." Less than 2 minutes later, Owen Carroll hits the airwaves, and what a dot to Jet Barnum, who shakes the defender, and there is nothing but green grass in front of him. Hastings goes up by 14, but Western's offense was just on the prowl with 3 minutes to play. Myers hands the rock to Alex Trudell, who gets across the line virtually untouched. The fellas in maroon pull within 8, and shout out to the Western defense for coming up big and allowing the offense to do this. 25 seconds left on the clock, and Myers had just about as many targets tonight as a suburb. This time he finds the big tight end Brody Videtto, who gets in for 6 to pull Parma within 1. Then it would all come down to this. Western decides to go for 2. Trudell gets the handoff and gives his best effort diving in for the game winner, but the refs say otherwise. Whoa. Parma Western is handed its first loss of the season in heartbreaking fashion, 20-19 the final. Well, just down the road, it was raining cats and dogs for Olivet's senior night showdown with Lakewood. And with the tough conditions came a tough first half. At the start of the second quarter, Elijah Jabonski peers up into the downpour and enters see-ball, get-ball mode. He comes away with the INT, but the Eagles would say two can play the takeaway game. Rain plus football created some ideal conditions for a fumble recovery, and Ty Evert cashes in. Then a few plays later, he would connect with Jack Masters for the first down. Taven Feldposh heated up in the second half, collecting 3 TDs on the night to soar the Eagles to victory, 22-6 the final. Well, at the top of the CAAC White, you have Lansing, Sexton, and Portland, who both came into tonight with unbeaten records.
Yeah, and wins tonight would set up a winner-take-all matchup next Friday for the conference title. And for more on how both teams fared tonight, we bring in our Tyler Driesinga. What's up, Tyler?
Hey, Tyler. Hey guys, yeah, Lansing, Sexton, and Portland were both 5-0 in conference heading into play tonight. Sexton took its show on the road to face Eaton Rapids, while Portland was home to face Charlotte. And Charlotte had a chance to make things really interesting, as they're not totally out of it yet either. The Orioles sit right behind the J-Dubs and Red Raiders with a 4-1 league record. Let's see how everything shook out, starting with Lansing. Sexton, the J-Dubs were in control at the half, up 36-0. Eaton Rapids looking for some positive momentum. Ashton Collins provides it, pouncing on the fumble to get the ball back for the Greyhounds. But this one was really all Sexton. Joseph Pizzo has time, airs it out deep downfield, connecting with Hurley Young for a big gain inside the 20-yard line. Moments later, the J-Dubs cap off the drive with a touchdown run from Devon Hodges. Lansing Sexton shuts out Eaton Rapids 42-0 to stay unbeaten. And head coach John L. Davis says the 7-0 start is something he knew this team was capable of.
This is truly exactly what I expected. I've watched these young men work really hard in the off season. We've talked about believing, and when you believe something, you can achieve something. And that's what the guys have done and showed you this year, that they've been working really hard and they've been working for this opportunity. Well, we've been talking about from the beginning of the season that we were going to hunt our way back to the playoffs, and these guys have been every week taking on the hunt challenge. And next week we got a big rhino coming our way, and we know Portland likes to run the ball, so they're going to run it right at us, and we're going to challenge ourselves.
I like that, big rhino.
Yeah.
So will it be a battle of unbeatens when Portland meets Sexton next week? Well, Charlotte, the only team that stood in the way of it, and they were taking on the Raiders. The weather may have been brutal. Caden Thalen was not. He powers his way into the end zone to extend the Portland lead. This was a 15-0 game at halftime, and with Charlotte looking for a spark, Portland's Connor Casimir comes up with the catch of the night, battling the rain. He gets the interception. The Raiders were all gas and no brakes tonight, and the rain was perfect for their ground and pound mentality. Garrett Brennan picks up a big-time gain, and then at the start of the fourth quarter, Thalen got to push right through the Orioles defense for another score. Portland tops Charlotte 35-8, improving to 7-0 and making a very happy John Navarro.
You know, the weather conditions obviously weren't great tonight. Our kids played hard. We made a lot of mistakes tonight, but I'm happy the way they battled. You know, we got a tough game in front of us. We know that, and this league's always tough. That's a tough football team right there, and they're going to do well. You know, I'm just happy that we came out on top. We made a few less mistakes.
How about Ionia taking on Lansing Catholic? The Bulldogs topped the Cougars by a single point when they squared off last season, but tonight it was all Bulldogs from start to finish. Travis Tucker Jr. drops the snap, but picks it up, and it ain't no problem. He scampers through the defense and into the end zone, and he was just getting started. Later, Bulldogs on the move. Tucker Jr. keeps it again, sheds a couple would-be tacklers, and is off to the races again for another Bulldog touchdown. They would line up to go for two after that one, and Spencer Tooker takes the snap this time. He hurdles at the goal line and gets in to put a couple more on the board for Ionia. Then Brennan Browno gets his time to shine. It's another Ionia rushing touchdown. The Bulldogs post an impressive 45-0 shutout over Lansing Catholic.
Wow, big win for them.
Impressive indeed. How about Portland Sexton next week? That is going to be a fun one.
That's got big game written all over it.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it's time for us to take our first water break of the night, but the fun is far from over here, people.
No, we're going to head over to Bulldog Country, where a familiar face on the fifth quarter was trying to etch his name into the history books.
Plus, Bill Faracco and his crew were looking to keep their blue hot streak going. See what I did there? How would they fare tonight? All of that and more up next when the Dean Trailway returns. Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. If you have watched any of our shows this past football season, then the name A.J. Martell is one you should be quite familiar with.
Yeah.
The four-sport varsity athlete has been tearing up the gridiron this year, and tonight he solidified his name into the history books.
Yeah, the senior needed less than 5 yards to break Sailor LaValle's record for career rushing yards at Mason. And while AJ was after the record, the Bulldogs needed a win over St. John's to claim the CAAC Red title outright. 4,003 rushing yards was the previous record, so what better way than senior night to make history? Mason's first play from scrimmage goes to Martell. He's able to pick up enough yards for the record, so congrats go out to AJ, and when it's all said and done, he will go down as one of, if not, the best athlete in Mason history, in my opinion. Martell finished with 97 yards tonight, and while he was having fun, so were the other seniors. Junior Kason Carswell gives Caleb Harris a chance, and this senior makes an incredible one-handed snag for the first points of the game. Then after St. John's had a turnover on downs, Carswell puts the ball in the hands of senior Derek Badgley, and he's going to weave his way out of a tackle. And there's nothing but green grass and opportunity in front of him. It's a 41-yard touchdown. Carswell threw 5 touchdowns in this one as Mason wins 55-13 to claim the CAAC Red title outright. Next week, the Bulldogs hit the road to take on undefeated Walled Lake Western. And with Mason locking up first place in the conference, Hazlitt and Williamston went at it tonight to decide second place. The Vikings were playing the second half without standout sophomore Corey Amakri, who suffered an injury but told me, don't worry, I'll be back next week. The rain played a big factor tonight, fumble after fumble. Then on 3rd and 19, with the game tied at 7 in the third quarter, sophomore Tommy Pratt comes up with a game-changing play, the catch over the defender, and then getting inside the 5-yard line, which set up Noah Dunkel to dive in for the end zone and give the Hornets the lead. The officials said the ball crossed the goal line before the ball popped out, and as you take another look at how close this was to being a fumble, nonetheless, Williamston shuts out Hazlitt in the second half and wins 20-7.
The last stop on our tour around mid-Michigan brings us to the CAAC Blue, where things are a bit crowded at the top of the conference. East Lansing leads the pack with a pristine 3-0 league record, but not too far behind them is both DeWitt and Grand Ledge. So tonight, Trojans are hoping to create some breathing room. The story in Waverly, similar to what it was in most places tonight, plenty of umbrellas and raincoats all around. Still scoreless early in the second quarter until the Trojans' Jace Clarizio gets around the outside, finds the end zone. 7-0 East Lansing. Next East Lansing drive, caution, ball slippery when wet. The throw is tipped not once but twice before it's picked off by Dion Taylor, and he's got room to run going the other way. A big return up the sidelines for the Warriors before he's finally pushed out of bounds. The Waverly would be unable to capitalize on the ensuing drive, and just before the half, East Lansing finds the end zone again. A nice patient run from Duarte Sams Jr. East Lansing stays unbeaten in conference play with a 22-8 win. The Trojans play Holt next week and then have a huge showdown with Grand Ledge in the regular season finale for what could be a de facto conference title game. Well, it is time for our final water break of the night, but when we come back, we're shifting gears to Michigan State, where Leah Johnson and her squad had quite the challenge tonight against the 5-time national champion Nebraska Cornhuskers. Plus, we're skating over to Munn Ice Arena ahead of the hockey team's highly anticipated season opener tomorrow. We'll take a look at why tomorrow's opponent is the perfect team to be on hand for the Ron Mason pregame celebration.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Even with Michigan State's football team on a bye this week, there is still plenty to talk about when it comes to Spartan athletics. First, the MSU volleyball team welcomed in the second-ranked team in the country.
Nebraska paid a visit to East Lansing and took down the Spartans in 4 sets to improve to 14-0 this season. Good. MSU is home again tomorrow against Northwestern. As for the 23rd ranked men's soccer team, they hit the road taking on Wisconsin. And check out the free kick from Jeremy Sharp over 3 defenders and into the back of the net to give MSU a 1-0 lead in the early going. Then just a minute later, the Ireland native Sean Kerrigan was awarded a penalty kick, and with some luck of the Irish and pure skill, he strikes gold to give the Spartans a 2-goal lead. But MSU wasn't satisfied. In the front of the goal, Jonathan Stout makes a move on the defender and nets the Spartans' 3rd goal in the first 15 minutes of the game. MSU wins 3-1 the final to remain unbeaten on the season.
And we're less than 24 hours from puck drop on the Michigan State hockey season. The Spartans will host Lake Superior State with a special ceremony pregame to dedicate the ice to legendary coach Ron Mason. There's no doubt it'll be a special moment to a lot of people in the arena, including someone behind the visitors' bench. Lake Superior State head coach Damon Witten actually played at Michigan State under Ron Mason from 1997 to 2001. And the Lake Superior State program itself was started by Mason. It's just another example of how far his impact stretches across college hockey, something Adam Nightingale elaborated on earlier this week.
Legend. Yeah, I mean, he is Spartan hockey. He's, everything he did for obviously our program, but just college hockey in general. Playing Lake Superior, he started the program there, and obviously, but that turned into a powerhouse. And his time at Bowling Green, and then you look at just the whole college hockey landscape and where Michigan State fit into that, and then to take over as AD here, pretty special.
Should be a special night tomorrow. You'll be there covering it?
Yeah. Such a fitting, I feel like, game.
Yes.
You have everything kind of come together along with the highly anticipated season opener. I hear it's sold out.
Yeah, it should be a rocking crowd at Mons. Season opener, number 19 team in the country. Should be fun. Then you're going to Ann Arbor tomorrow.
Yeah, also sold out for the Michigan women's soccer game against Michigan State. Second game in a row that Michigan State will play a top 15 opponent in the country. Michigan currently ranked number 14.
All right, a lot going on tomorrow, even though football's off. It should be a fun day. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. We'll see you later.